In this session, I'm going to show you how to create the AWS instance using the command line interface uh, in Windows operating system. For this, we will require few things to configure. First, we'll proceed with the installation of AWS instance. First one is the VPC, which is Virtual Private Cloud. So, uh, as Virtual Private Cloud, what it does, it's dedicated to the AWS account, and it's provided logical isolated environments in which we can run the AWS resources. The resource could be the AWS EC2 instance. Okay. Second thing is we'll need to configure two subnets. Third step is to configure one of the subnet which we will create. We're going to make it public subnet so that it can access, it can listen the public um, incoming connections. And fourth step is the key pair which our AWS instance will need. Fifth step is security groups. Security groups acts as a firewall where we can define incoming and outgoing connection for the AWS instance like HTTPS, FTP. There would be the port and the IP address which will want to allow to make the connections in and out to the AWS instance. And last step is the installing of the AWS instance. Okay, so here are the few commands which I have already documented and which we will going to run on the CMD prompt. Okay, yes. So first one is to create the VPC. Okay, so this is a CIDR block, and this is the address which I've provided. Okay, so let's copy it. Okay, so it will create the VPC for my account. Okay, so noted point is we'll need the VPC ID, and this VPC ID will be required each and every time to configure the subnets. Okay, everywhere. And even we can do one thing, Control H. Let's replace it wherever it's residing, and we will go to replace it by this. Okay, replace all. Great. Okay, so now I'm going to create one subnet. Enter. Let's copy the second command which will create the second subnet. Okay, this subnet ID we will require because we will going to make this subnet ID to the public subnet. Okay, okay, to configure one subnet to the public subnet. Okay, so for this we will need one internet gateway. Let's create it. Okay, so we will create the internet gateway, we will create the route table, we will um, assign this route table to one of the subnet to make it public. Okay, now internet gateway ID we will put it from here. Okay, we will create the create route table. Okay, okay, so one point over here is if we run any command in AWS through AWS CLI, so if it is succeed, then it will not show you any output. Okay, so here as you see, there is no option, no output. Okay, we will need route table ID. Okay, So this is the route table ID. We will require this. And read internet gateway ID. Gateway ID we can take from here. Let's copy, paste, enter. What else? Okay, so once create this is command, so which we can show what is inside the route tables. Route table ID we can get it from here. Okay, this is the public connection because I have assigned 0.0.0.0/0. So that means it will take any incoming IPs for our AWS instance. Okay, so it can listen any ports, any IDs. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll going to make one of our subnet to public subnet. Copy, paste. It will show you the subnet. Okay, so this is a subnet ID, so I'm going to make this one to public. So public subnet ID. So here is the subnet ID and route table ID is this one. Okay, let's copy this. So it will make this subnet to the public subnet. Okay, so this is okay. So here, as we see, there is no output. That means the command has been run successfully. Now, now till this part, this is done. Like we have created the VPC, we have created two subnets. We make one subnet to the public subnet. Now we will need key pair, which will require for the instance, and then security group. Okay. So okay, just copy it, enter. Okay, so this is already over there. So do one thing, key pairs, key pair one. So it is failed because I have all okay. Key pairs already exist. Okay, do one thing. AWS key. Okay. Since there is already key file over there, and I got when creating key pair option the key pair. Just AWS home. Why it is failing again? Okay, let's delete it. Okay, why it was keep failing? Because oh, again. So okay, so now I got what is the error, because I keep changing the file name, but I fail to change the key name. Okay, key pairs. If I do this, then it should run. The output text, I mean, which is redirecting to this location, which is C AWS home AWS.pam. I was keep changing this, but I failed. I forgot to change the key name, which is AWS-key pair. That's why it was getting failed again. Okay. So now the file is created, key pair file is created. Now we will need the security group. Okay, just copy it, paste. Okay, security group. We'll need the group ID, security group ID. Okay, so this is a group ID created. We will need this group ID over here. Paste, copy, paste. And subnet ID which is required is the first one. The subnet ID is copy paste over here. Probably the security group my is having created. Yes, and we have defined the ingress, which is support TCP protocol, and this is the generic incoming connection IP address. Okay, fine. Let's create the instance. Okay, so as we see, the instance is created, but the current state is pending, which is it is still created. Okay, so now what we'll need to do, just take the instance ID. Okay, we will need over here. Now we can see what is the instance attributes like groups, IP address. Okay, this is a security group. Group name. Okay, code is 16 and running. So that means our newly created AWS instance is running. Okay, reason is US East to be. Public IP is this one. Security groups. Attachment ID, which is the internet gateway attachment ID, which we have assigned to another subnet. Network interface. The first subnet is the VPC ID. Status is in use. ENI interface ID. Okay, so we have disable the cloud monitoring, CloudWatch, because we have not put any inputs for this. So it's by default it's disabled. This is the subnet ID. AWS-key pair. Okay, micro instance ID, image ID. Okay, so this is all about to creating the AWS instance using the AWS CLI. Uh, Hope you might have um, enjoyed by watching this video. So the detailed command which you can get by my own blog, which is okay. You can visit this blog as well to to get all these commands. You can copy these commands from there as well, and you can create your own AWS instance. Hope you have liked this video. Thank you so much.